Hello, welcome again, everybody, to another episode of the G-Cast. So a few things before we get into this show. One, we won't have a special guest performer tonight, unfortunately. The people I had planned to join and perform for us tonight were kind of busy, so maybe next time. But, however, we do have a new special guest tonight. Someone besides Loki. She's a talented voice actress. She does streams on Twitch. I will definitely link her below, or link her in the video when this is published. Please, everyone, give a warm and awesome welcome to the lovely, I'm just gonna call you Alpha. Give a warm welcome to Alpha, everybody. Hi, hello, welcome to the show.
I had the dumbest line worked up, and that was too perfect. That was the best. I can't ask for anything more. Just the
I'm sorry. I didn't know how else to
you're
introduce
fine.
you.
Usually I get that when people confuse my real name with my online name, and then that just it works. Comedy.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, welcome to the G-Cast. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right. So, I got a few topics that I think are almost fitting for you. But our first topic on hand is nostalgia. And when I say nostalgia, I'm thinking mostly cartoons or old things we used to watch in our lives that we see nowadays either are rebooted or just brought back into the light. Is there anything nostalgic for you can think of?
Oh Christ, where to start? Oh boy. Oh, fucking, there was something funny that I just actually recently, got reminded of, I guess. Reminded, what the fuck am I saying? But, something, my housemates were watching TV and something, Mike Rowe from Old Dirty Jobs popped in, and I was like, oh, that's a throwback, because I used to watch that a lot when I was a kid.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was interesting.
Ah.
And then other shit. Also, by the way, just letting you know, not to change the topic, but I'm just running around, my game loaded.
Are you serious?
Yeah, my game loaded!
Okay,
Oh, Christ.
for context, folks, when we were setting up the show, we were trying to get her into the game, and it was still loading for her, so we were just gonna do Discord call instead, but now she's in the game, so if she's getting her model and stuff ready, she can just come on over to this, casting call couch I got set up over here.
Oh, where the fuck am I then?
I think you're, I don't know, you're probably in the back somewhere.
I don't know, I'm just kind of vibing.
Yeah, there should be a stage with a desk and everything, and some black and red-haired boy sitting on a really uncomfortable couch or chair. But yeah, other than that, I guess when I think of nostalgia, there's been a lot of cartoons lately that have been coming back into light. Most of them reboots, and although some of them are, in other words, for other people, they're not, I guess they don't live up to other people's expectations as much as reboots I've seen have lived up to the hype that they've been giving. One example that I've been rewatching is a show called Rise of the TMNT, which is, of course, a reboot of the very old show Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if you've ever seen that before.
Yup, I remember that.
And I say it's nostalgic because that show has been packed to the bone with references to old and new things they've done for the Ninja Turtles. They've shown literal clips and pictures of, like, past shows they've done. There's so many references to the old cast who have voiced the Turtles before, and some of the old cast have actually come back to voice certain characters in the show. I think there was one episode they did where literally they took characters that were just actual copies of the main Turtles, but they were voiced by like the 2012 cast of the Turtles, and I thought that was really cool. Where'd my desk go? My desk is gone.
What?
You took my desk. Alpha, I need that.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's... Dude, I didn't even fucking see you up there. I've just been running around moving
You
shit.
took my desk off the stage.
Wait, oh shit, I'm stuck now. Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
I am so sorry. Oh, well, wait, fuck, shit. This is going swimmingly.
I didn't even know you were there. Just see my fucking desk disappear from in front of me. I'm like, what the? Oh my God.
I'm gonna... I'm so sorry.
Episode 2, everybody. Welcome.
This is what happens when people ask me to do stuff with them. Absolute butt fucking chaos.
You can
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ! You can put the desk
Here,
down.
wait. There
It's like,
there we go.
It's 5
Neat.
inches away from me, but that's fine.
Wait. Oh fuck. Ah shit. Wait. Up. No. There we go. And then I. Fuck. And then wait. Shit.
Oh my God.
No. There you go. I'm just
You do know it's backwards, right? But that doesn't matter. Yes, welcome. No. Don't fix it. Just you can take your seat, Alpha. To sit in it, you just hop on top of it and press Alt E.
Can you tell it's been a while since I've played this?
Yeah, your skin is Alex. Oh yes, welcome.
Christ.
Hold on, I gotta change the screen now. gotta get rid of the Discord call. All right. Yes, welcome to the show.
Nice. Hey, it's been absolute chaos.
Yeah, you messed with my fucking desk.
Just yoink!
I can't reach into my drawers and grab pens or anything. Anywho, to transition.
Access denied.
To transition into the next topic. Are there any accomplishments you could think of off the top of your head that you're very proud of? Like anything you've done recently that you really were excited to do, and it ended up being fun for you?
I've actually been doing a lot more vocal practice, not like really with voice work necessarily, but more like with singing, and then also some of my artwork that I've been trying to work on. I've been trying to work on more advancing, being able to draw more complex designs for like outfits and stuff, so I can really build up my characters. So that's been fun.
Ah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do, because like I said before, you're a voice actor. Have you tried? Well, not tried, but have you been offered to like do any voice jobs or anything recently?
I actually recently got into a new improv team with one of my old friends, a group that he's in, and I haven't done anything with them yet because I just recently, new apartment and everything, I'm still settling in, and my schedule's been kind of whack, but I hope to join them sometime later in August and start working with them. I'm really excited about that.
Ah, that sounds cool, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's awesome that you're actually getting work out there.
Yeah, finally. I've been wanting to for so long.
Yeah, it's I mean, heck, quarantine has been a struggle for most people, but for those who do online work, it hasn't really been much of a struggle. Because now we get more customers. Because now people stop going out and they come into their homes.
Stay in your homes, please.
Yes, please. We need the money. I mean, we want you to be safe.
Please, we need an audience.
So, may I ask this? If you could list, I guess, sort of characters you could possibly voice, what would they be?
Oh, Christ almighty. That's a hard question, because the funny thing with me is all the characters that I actually remember voices with that like I could pull from the top of my head are all the male voice actors, and obviously that doesn't apply to me.
Oh.
So, because I never remember any female VAs, because it's just like, oh, it's a chick, all right, let's move on. I want to hear that sexy voice of that guy's.
Oh my god.
But I know some people. I'm absolutely fucking terrible at this, by the way. But some people like to refer to me as Winter Schnee from Ruby, and I can't. I have been trying to be able to get her character and the voice, and it always goes to chaos. And but yeah, that's a name that's been pinned on me now, so I guess that's cool.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you when I say this. It's been a while since I've been a fan of anything Ruby related, but Winter has been one of those characters that I do really like because of her sister role. That's for one thing. And I think to most people she is a really relatable character. So I think that's cool that you could voice Winter, of course. I don't know how else to say that, but yeah, I think it's really cool that you can voice Winter. Or at least try to? If that doesn't sound rude.
I really want to actually genuinely try, but the problem is, like, I'm still working on being able to even speak normally. Like, you could probably tell right now, sometimes I might, like, right now, struggle with something to say. So I'm trying to work more on being able to speak my natural self before I actually try to focus and hone in on a certain character's nature.
Well, the best part about having your own voice is that no one else can fucking copy you. And if they try to, they need to get a life.
I mean, I don't know. I'd like to see some people try and imitate me.
Do you want to hear my impression of Alpha?
Oh, yo, do it.
Imagine, saying if you can do an impression of yourself. Yeah, I can do a pretty mean impression of Zaz, not gonna lie. But yeah, I think...
Right?
It, honestly, when I say this, there's been a... I don't know if this is like an argument going on, but like most of the time when I speak to people who do voice work, they always, when they first start off, they always say they only do impressions. But that shouldn't be the case. Voice actors in general are, well, they can use their own voice, which is why when you hear, what's a good example? Johnny Yarnbosch. He's been in a lot of roles lately, and he's used his own voice, and he's never had to change it. Or sometimes he has, but he's never had to. So it's cool that we can do impressions, but it's also cool that we can do our own thing too. So
definitely.
Yeah, and especially nowadays when there are like these new cartoons coming out, people don't expect you to sound like Mike Myers from The Grinch or something. They want you to sound like you when you're in the booth. So yeah, impressions are cool. But I think what's more cool is when you can show your unique voice in things you do.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I feel like impressions are impressions are impressive. But for me, impressions are more like a way of like exercising your voice and like being able to do different things. Like, because I do a lot of work with my voice to work on my singing voice, and so I know how important it is to be able to practice doing all sorts of different things, because in the long run they all apply to what your end goal is trying to make your voice sound good.
Yeah.
So impressions is just that exercise for you.
So yeah, it is. If I can list at least a few impressions that I'm told I'm good at, it would probably be Austin Powers and sometimes occasionally a very weird Sonic the Hedgehog. That's the only two voices I've been told that I do a mean impression of. But other than things that I've actually voiced for, I've normally used, well, my normal voice, and occasionally sometimes they would ask me to like change my voice. There's one role I'm doing right now where it's a teddy bear. His name is Orion, and the voice they asked me to do is kind of like this goofy high-pitched voice I'm doing right now, because of course he's like a small teddy bear. But the weird part is about that character, so because it's in a game and we're fan dubbing it, my character has like this like level up, like he transforms into something new, and he becomes this massive buff dude. But they don't want me to change my voice for that form. So imagine a dude with muscles that has muscles with this silly, stupid voice the whole time.
Honestly, I love it.
So yeah, it's honestly probably the most fun job anyone can ever have, and I hope you, of course, can land a lot of roles, especially after hearing that you're gonna start doing improv stuff, and that doing improv is especially cool because one, you don't have lines given to you; you're doing this all off the fly, and two, if people hear your voice, they're gonna probably reach out to you and ask if you can do certain roles on their projects too, which I think is cool.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome that you're doing that kind of stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. You too, man. I mean, it's always awesome meeting other people who are doing this kind of work. Like, I remember back when I watched a lot of content of people who were doing voice work and everything. People were fan dubbing, or whether it was an abridged series or just a roleplay series, and I was like, when I was little, I was like, man, I really want to do that, but I could never like get the confidence to get out and do it, and I didn't have the equipment either. And I still kind of don't. I mean, I've got a decent mic, but yeah. Anyways, work in progress. But then some of my friends, one in particular, finally gave me like the courage to actually try, and then I did, and to get positive and genuine feedback, like not just all praise. No one should ever just get flat praise. I hate that, honestly, but like getting genuine tips and knowing that people actually care about where you're going and what you want to do, it's the best feeling in the world.
It's funny that you said all that. That was actually the next topic. The next topic was what exactly inspired you to do all these things. So, and you pretty much answer it, so thank you for that.
Telekinesis. That's the wrong word. Fuck.
I don't even need to ask the next topics anymore. She's pretty much just gonna answer them immediately without me even asking. What the fuck?
And your next words are gonna be something.
But yeah, honestly, if there's anything else that inspires you as well, could you please touch on that, I guess?
Oh god. For the voice acting bit, it's all that kind of stuff, but like with artwork as well and singing, it's just seeing other people. Growing up, my people who raised me were kind of like, I don't know, I want to say conservative is the right word, where they're older, and so they didn't really like approve of the internet, and like they're those people who kind of think, oh, everybody online is a pedophile, you know? So I wasn't really allowed to get out and learn about stuff that was going on. But once I finally grew up and started doing my own thing, I found this new world of like people who do this beautiful artwork and people who sing and people who voice act. And I'm like, I want to be a part of this.
Well, that's honestly relatable. I didn't, same with me. I never really knew about voice actors when I was a kid. I always just thought, oh, these cartoons are voicing themselves. But
right?
Yeah. But when the time came where I became competent enough to understand that actors are people, I started actually looking into these actors, and I started kind of growing up knowing their names at that point. And this reaches into the next question. Is there any actor or anyone in general who is like, who motivated you to want to do this, or inspired you at least to start something like this? And if there is, what is their name?
I think you mentioned him before, Johnny Bosch.
Johnny Bosch?
Yep.
Johnny
definitely. Boy? Yep. So one of my favorite animes, and it's surprisingly it wasn't one of my first animes. I think this was like the third or fourth anime that I watched, was Trigun, and I fell in love with that, but also his voice acting job that he does is just so great. It brought so much charisma to Vash, and it was just, whoo,
yeah,
I love it.
He's just one of those actors who surprise you every time he like voices any character he does. He surprised me when I found out he was Nero in Devil May Cry. I was like, no way, that cannot be. But no, he plays the role surprisingly well, and it's honestly one of the coolest things about him. If you just give him a character, he knows what he's gonna do for it. So
yeah, he's just like,
Alright, so I'm an edgy boy. Got it.
Yeah.
Just having that kind of confidence to just step in the studio and just get the job done. I wish I had that kind of confidence.
Same. And it's honestly something that we can all, like, it's never really, I don't want to say it's, there are some people who might not want to work towards it. That's up to them. You know, I feel like if you're motivated enough to do it, you can definitely just work yourself up, surround yourself with support, and you're good.
I mean, yeah, heck, some people, including me, used to do just voice acting as a hobby, and then when they really get into it, they start wanting it to be a career. That's kind of how I used to be, because when I first started it was just as a joke with my friends at school. Then I really got into it, and there was a point where, this was back in 1907, where whenever I auditioned for a role, I always auditioned for a side character and a main character. And for some reason, every time, I mean, I never got to actually voice these projects because they all got canceled, but every time I auditioned for something, I always got the main character. And it's been a reoccurring joke for like years now, it still kind of is, that every time I get a voice role, they only want me because my voice sounds like a protagonist.
I hear it, honestly.
Yeah, you can already hear the young anime boy saying, "I have hope for my friends! We can do this!" just that voice alone.
100%, it doesn't help that your avatar right now is extremely anime-esque. So, like...
Funny enough, the anime boy this is also a main character. I just picked him because he looks closest to my OC. So...
Why do I hear boss music?
But yeah, like, occasionally when I stop getting main voice roles, it's kind of because I kind of stopped dabbling into it being just a hobby and just auditioning left and right just for the laughs and the funs. When I actually started, like, taking this career serious, I've actually started getting more serious roles. And yeah, it's kind of tedious when you do audition for something and you really never hear from the creator, or like the project just never goes anywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop me from trying still. I mean, if I can estimate a number of how many projects I've auditioned for, I'd say at least 25. And only 5 of those projects I've actually managed to work on with these people. One of them being the thing I already told you about, where I'm voicing a bear. I voiced other roles in that, but the bear is my most favorite because it's the one voice that I get to change.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, I'd say other projects that I've auditioned for, I've had fun, like, doing the audition and seeing progress made. But when it, like, kind of dies down and it doesn't get done, it does make me a little sad. Don't get me wrong. I do get a little sad when nobody finishes their projects. But it still doesn't stop me from still trying to pursue this career I'm trying to have. I mean, look at me now. I'm literally playing Gary's Mod and doing a Saturday Night Live podcast show.
Hell yeah.
Not just cause, but I thought it would be interesting to do. And it is. I mean, heck, 2 days ago I did this show. If I didn't tell you about that. I did this show with my friend Loki, who is, in fact, the guy who runs the project I'm in. And I had him come in and just talk with me, and he performed live. So doing just that was cool in itself. And that's why I'm excited to do more of these, and especially having guests like you, of course, to come on to this show and just talk with me and goof around and stuff. And
yeah, it's honestly such an enjoyable thing. Oops, sorry, I'm...
Don't die at me. Don't die at me. But yeah, just doing this and, of course, doing voice acting, it's honestly just fun. And this, of course, is just a hobby. But voice acting, I do want to pursue that as a career one day. What about you? What is your end game? Which is actually the next topic. What is your end goal? What exactly do you want to do?
First of all, I just want to point out that the way you asked that was, again, so main character-esque.
I'm sorry. It's a habit. I'm sorry.
It's honestly perfect, though. It's honestly great. But, like, gosh, that's such a hard question because, you know, like, I'm at that early stage in my life still where I'm still like going through college, still not 100% sure what the hell I want to be. But like you said, like when you start out with voice acting, sometimes you start it off as a hobby, and that's where I am right now. Like I'm just doing it as a hobby. I'm auditioning for some projects just because they're cool and I feel like it. I don't know if you follow the Now Voice This on Twitter, but
Oh yeah, I did.
I signed up for that too, so I'm excited for that. But it's just a hobby, and then also the improv group and everything. Right now, I can't exactly say that. Like, it's that fine line between what you would want to see and what you realistically see. I wouldn't mind seeing voice acting and stuff as part of my career, whether it's just a part-time thing or whether it's just something a little on the side. Those are the same things, but I'm gonna roll with it, or whether it's full-time. But realistically, with the stuff that like I have to take care of and everything, I
Mhm.
might be able to make it work as a full-time job, but I'm not 100% sure if that's like not what I would want necessarily. It's complicated, you know. You got me.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. It's just one of those things where you want to do it, and it's an interesting idea to do it as like a full time, not a full time, but like a part time thing. But right now you can't really do it, so you gotta just do it on the side, basically.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just one of those things you don't really need to rush either. I mean,
Definitely.
it's especially because like most people who do voiceover work, they just do it at home. And sure, they might have a
Yeah.
deadline on when they need to get it done, but the fact is, they can still do that work at home. And because of that, that makes their job a little more easier. Because if they can't do it at the studio, or they can't come into a voice booth, or they can't show up on a day everyone's recording, they can always just do it on their own time at home, or anywhere else they go, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I also love about voice work and everything. I'm so sorry. I am getting over a mild cold. I apologize. I
It's fine,
probably
it's
should have
fine.
told you that beforehand. But yeah, that's honestly another thing that I love about it because like you don't have that restriction of like, oh, you need to come into the office now and do this or like you need to move all the way over here to do it. Like if the project and the people have the resources and stuff to work with you on where you are, you could definitely be a lot more flexible with where you need to be and when.
Yeah. I think that's another thing that a lot of people struggle with as well, especially when they just want this to be like a hobby or they just want to do it professionally. It's always equipment that seems to be an issue for some people. And
Oh yeah.
let me tell you this now, there is an easy fix for a lot of ways to do recordings. A good example I can list down is when I first started, I didn't have anything but a headset and a laptop. But you know what I did? Literally, I found the most emptiest closet in my apartment and would just go in there and record. Like, as long as you have a space where you can be alone and there's no extra noise that you can hear in the background or just anywhere in general, you're all set already. Another good thing could be if you have a shower, for example, you can use that too.
Right?
Yeah. You can literally,
Okay.
if you don't use it, you can just literally set up a studio in there and just record in the shower. Just don't turn on the water.
Don't turn on the water. Oh god.
You'll ruin your stuff if you do that. But I'm not saying don't be expensive. Like, hey, if you want to get a $200 microphone and a god-tier computer with the best recording software money can buy, go for it. But if you want to start off and you want to try to do voice acting, the only thing I suggest is just figure out your budget, work on getting the stuff you need to start off, and then you're good to go from there. But don't forget also to audition for things. Don't expect things to come to you because you tell people you're a voice actor. Like, literally go out there and audition for stuff.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something you have to chase. Like you have to be really active with it.
Yeah, like, I get most people are lucky enough to get called in to do stuff. I mean, heck, I knew this one guy who literally got called by companies just for him to do music for them. He didn't send any kind of info out to them. He didn't reach out either. He was just that lucky. But just because one person can be lucky, that doesn't mean you can. If this is something you really want to do, and I'm saying this to both myself and the audience, you gotta work for it. Like, honestly, it is a hobby. Yes, you can still do it as a hobby, but like, also do keep in mind that just because it's a hobby doesn't mean you should be cheap either. Because if you're cheap, no one's gonna want you to voice in this. Like, who's gonna want you to record on your phone and they can hear a dog barking in the back?
Gotta record on my Nokia.
Hold on, I gotta get on my iPad and record this line real quick.
But yeah, like, it's amazing how sometimes I still see those people around, like, whether it's on Twitter or other social media or whatever. Twitter's the main one I use, so it's like Instagram or whatever. But, like, there are some people who amazingly still don't understand the work that it takes to put into voice work and everything. Like, people assume that, oh yeah, you're doing something with your voice, it's not impressive unless you sing or unless you do something really crazy, and that's not the case. You have to really work on your charisma, and you have to work on being able to change your personality at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
And it's literally just like, I also have a music background, so like, it's like learning another instrument, except it's not something that's been built, it's what's in you.
Yeah. And I don't think we talked about this. Actually, you know what, yeah. Like you said earlier when you said you were doing improv, that's another thing that people have to consider too. Because maybe sometimes you won't get a role where they have a script for you. They expect you to make up something off the fly. Most of the time. And back to impressions as well. I think a big issue some people are having with impressions is that when they do them, they don't normally do them in a sense of doing a voice of a character and making up their own lines as they go. Sometimes when other people do impressions, they only quote things they hear from a certain thing. Yeah, I know way too many people who have done that. And there are literally people who have come up to me and say, yo, I'm a voice actor. I can do an impression of Alistair. I'm like, okay, go for it. And he doesn't say anything that he makes up. He just quotes an entire episode of Hazbin Hotel.
Oh, Christ.
So, I mean, yeah, it's cool to do impressions, but when you're doing impressions, at least try to do your own thing with them too, you know? Because that's what makes a lot of Let's Play channels cool, especially channels who do, like, example being Ruby Let's Plays. There was this one YouTuber that I started watching that did this thing called Ruby Watch, and they weren't just, they didn't quote anything from the show at all. They would literally voice their characters and make up things they would say on the fly. And I thought that was cool because I can see that happening with these characters. And it's not just a bunch of people quoting something they heard from the show either. It's like, yeah, this is them actually talking as the character.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because when I, looping back to when I was talking about how people kind of like try to get me to voice Winter from Ruby. Yeah, I know Kay. Kay and I are actually really good friends.
Oh!
That's where that comes from. That's where all that comes from. Oh, now you know.
We have that connection. It all connects.
Now.
It all connects. It all connects.
The circle of life.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That's pretty clean. Yeah, I knew Kay too. Holy crap. It's a small world.
Small fucking world.
Yeah,
small fucking world.
Yeah, indeed. That's awesome. I did not know you were gonna be Winter for her stuff. That's pretty cool, Alpha. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like every single time we get on stream and everything, everybody expects when they see her post something like, oh, Winter's doing so and so, they're like, oh, it's Winter, and then no, it's just me because I honestly don't try with the character anymore. I want to work more on that, but it's just chaos. It's literally just this personality right now, that's me, except imagine a little bit more hyper because we're doing adrenaline running shit. Like we play Rainbow Six a lot. So it's like really.
I'm not smart enough to play that game anymore, as I'm told by my friends.
I mean, dude, don't worry. I'm completely brain dead. Kay and I share a single brain cell. Just ask her.
It's my turn to use a brain cell. Jesus, give me a shot.
No, we both use half. That's
You
the thing.
use half a brain cell.
We just both have half a brain cell, and we come together,
like
and
that-
somehow it works.
It's like that scene from Jimmy Neutron where he goes thing, thing, but the brain cell is like too small to zoom in on. It's just think.
Oh Christ!
But yeah,
Man, that show's a throwback. Talk about looping back to nostalgia.
yeah.
Fucking Jimmy Neutron.
Looping back to all kinds of things in this podcast. Not gonna lie.
Man, it's all looping into one. Ha ha ha! I guess you could say it's all wrapped up in a pod.
Ha! I died a little on the inside after.
So did I. Don't worry. I'm already dead on the inside, but you know what's a little more.
Aw, hang in there, bud. Well, we seem to be hitting that mark where I gotta end the stream. Normally at this time, I would have the guest performer come on, but we don't have anyone here. Unless...
Oh, sad.
Oof. But yeah, of course, thank you again for coming to this show. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
And
I
hey,
really enjoyed it, man.
And honestly, like I said before, if you're ever down to do this kind of stuff again, or, you know, just game in general, you can always hit me up.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you all again for joining us on another G-Cast. This is episode 2 now, and hopefully episode 3 will be as funny as this was.
Hell
Because
yeah.
goddamn did I laugh. Again, thank you again, Alpha, for joining us. And thank you again for
Thanks
watching.
for having me, Zask.
Yeah, no problem. And again, thank you all for those who have been supporting me on making this show. I'm definitely going to keep doing this. This is honestly probably one of the funnest things I've started doing in a long time. But anyways, thank you all again for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace out.